Welcome to the Oligo News. Today's breaking news is about US-India trade relations, and a major tariff policy announced by US President Donald Trump. Trump has made it clear that India will not be spared from reciprocal tariffs, starting from April 2nd. This decision comes just weeks after Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi agreed to restart trade deal negotiations and set an ambitious trade target of $500 billion by 2030. But now, with this tariff war, what will be India's next move? Stay tuned as we break down the US-India trade relations, key export-import data, and Trump's strategy behind high tariffs. Trump has criticized India, along with other nations like China, Brazil, Mexico, and Canada, for imposing high tariffs on US exports. According to him, India's auto tariffs are more than 100%, making it very difficult for US businesses to sell their products in India. This means that whatever tariff rates other countries impose on the US, Washington will now impose the same percentage on their exports to America. To ease tensions, India recently lowered tariffs on several US products, including bourbon whiskey, motorcycles, information and communication technology, ICT, products, metals. India also increased market access for US agricultural products, such as alfalfa hay, duck meat, medical devices. Additionally, Modi and Trump agreed on February 14 that India would buy more weapons, oil, and gas from the US to reduce the trade imbalance. But despite these efforts, Trump remains unsatisfied and is pushing forward with his tariff plan. In 2024, the US goods imports from India totaled $87.4 billion, an increase of 4.4% compared to 2023. On the other hand, India imported goods worth $41.75 billion from the US, making India the destination of only 2.02% of total US exports. This resulted in a US trade deficit with India of $45.6 billion, which increased by 5.3% in 1 year. Trump has repeatedly complained that India's high tariffs are hurting US exporters. Even before meeting Modi on February 13, he had said, "It's very hard to sell into India because they have trade barriers and very strong tariffs." This clearly shows that the US-India trade relationship is still facing major challenges. Trump has already implemented high tariffs on other countries, including Canada and Mexico 25% additional tariffs, China 10% additional tariffs. In response, Canada has imposed 25% tariffs on $30 billion worth of US imports, effective from March 4. Mexico is expected to announce retaliatory tariffs by Sunday. China has announced 15% additional tariffs on US agricultural products. This shows that Trump's trade policy is not just targeting India but is a part of a larger global trade war. With the reciprocal tariffs coming into effect from April 2nd, India now has two options. Negotiate a new trade deal. India's Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal is already in Washington, D.C. to meet the US Trade Representative and Commerce Secretary. The goal is to find a way to conclude the first phase of a new trade deal by the end of 2025. Impose counter tariffs. India could follow Canada and China by imposing its own tariffs on US products, making the trade war even more intense. The big question is, will India take a diplomatic approach or a strong retaliatory stance? What this means for Indian businesses and consumers. Costlier imports. If India imposes counter tariffs, US products like electronics, whiskey, medical devices, and agricultural goods could become more expensive. Impact on IT and pharma sectors. India's IT and pharmaceutical exports to the US could face higher tariffs, affecting companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, and Sun Pharma. Indian auto industry hit. Trump's focus on auto tariffs could impact Indian car manufacturers who rely on US imports for parts. Stock market reactions. Any major trade war news could impact the Sensex and Nifty, causing market volatility. With these potential economic impacts, all eyes are on New Delhi's response to Trump's reciprocal tariffs. Trump's new tariff policy is a strong signal that US trade relations with India and other countries are changing. If India wants to maintain strong trade ties with the US, a new trade deal must be finalized soon. On the other hand, if India retaliates with counter-tariffs, the US-India trade war could escalate further, affecting businesses and consumers on both sides. What do you think? Should India negotiate or impose retaliatory tariffs? Let us know your views in the comments section below. For English news you can also visit our news website www.theoligo.com. Thank you for your valuable time.